Bali is a beautiful island that has become one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. But behind the postcard perfect images lies a darker reality. Let's explore the ugly truth about tourism in Bali and the impact it has on the local communities, culture, and environment. Bali's tourism industry has experienced explosive growth over the last few decades, leading to overcrowded beaches, traffic jams, and environmental degradation. The influx of tourists has put a tremendous strain on local communities and traditional ways of life. The problem has become so severe that the Balinese government has had to implement measures to limit the number of tourists in certain areas. One of the biggest issues with tourism in Bali is the construction of massive hotel resorts that cater foreign investors and wealthy tourists. These developments have led to a rise in land prices, which has resulted in a displacement of local communities. Many of these hotels are owned by foreign investors who reap the profits while the local population struggle to make ends meet. Tourism in Bali has also led to a cultural appropriation, with visitors often exploiting local customs and traditions for their own benefit. Many tourists engage in disrespectful behavior, such as wearing traditional Balinese clothing as a fashion statement, or participating in fake ceremonies for the sake of Instagram likes. This behavior not only disrespects the Balinese culture, but also reinforces stereotypes and misconceptions about the island. The tourism industry in Bali also involves the exploitation of workers, particularly in the hotel and restaurant sector. Many workers are paid low wages and are forced to work long hours in poor conditions, while their bosses reap the benefits of a booming industry. This exploitation has led to protests and calls for better labor rights and protections for the workers. The rapid growth of tourism in Bali has also led to a significant impact on the environment. The construction of hotels and resorts has led to the destruction of natural habitats and the loss of biodiversity. Overuse of water resources has led to a scarcity of clean water for local communities, and the excessive amount of waste produced by tourists and the tourism industry has led to pollution and negative impacts on marine life. The Balinese government and local communities are taking action to address these environmental challenges, with initiatives such as beach cleanups, waste management programs, and sustainable tourism practices. However, it's important for tourists to also take responsibility and minimize their environmental impact by reducing their use of plastic, conserving water, and being mindful of their waste disposal. One way to address the negative impacts of tourism in Bali is to support local communities. Tourists can do this by choosing to stay in locally owned accommodations, buying products and services from local businesses, and participating in community-based tourism activities that benefit the local economy. By supporting local communities, tourists can help ensure that the economic benefits of tourism are shared more equitably and sustainably. In conclusion, tourism in Bali has brought about many economic benefits, but it has also had a negative impact on the environment, local communities, and culture. As tourists, we have a responsibility to be mindful of our impact and support sustainable tourism practices that prioritize the well-being of the Balinese people and the environment. By doing so, we can help ensure that Bali remains a sustainable and vibrant destination for generations to come. It's important to recognize the consequences of over-tourism and support efforts to protect Bali's natural and cultural treasures. This can involve making conscious decisions while traveling, such as respecting local customs and traditions, being mindful of our environmental footprint, and supporting local businesses. At the same time, it's also important for the Balinese government and industry stakeholders to implement policies that prioritize sustainable tourism development and protect the rights of local communities. This can involve regulations to limit the construction of large-scale hotel developments, ensuring fair labor practices, and promoting sustainable tourism practices that protect the environment and benefit local communities. Ultimately, the future of Bali's tourism industry depends on a shared commitment to responsible and sustainable tourist practices that balance the economic benefits of tourism with the protection of Bali's unique cultural and natural heritage. By working together, tourists, local communities, and industry stakeholders can help ensure that Bali remains a sustainable and thriving destination for generations to come.